Hello, welcome to Borthakur IAS Academy. Myself Manas Garg, I am the Polity faculty of Borthakur IAS Academy. Okay, so today I am here to discuss recently held Polity APSC mains questions with you all. So first of all, I hope sobore exam to bhale hoise, like जो मेन्स एग्जाम्स हो गल जो रिसेंटली APSC कंडक्ट करिसे आई होप सबरे एटु भाले होइसे एंड आमार यार पराओ मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन जोनबिलाक आमी क्लास नोट्स और क्लास और आमार टेस्ट सीरीज हेबिलाकतो बहुतखिनि क्वेश्चन्स जोनखिनि आहिसे ऑलराइट आरो देयर आर लट्स ऑफ प्रोबेबल क्वेश्चन्स एक्चुअली जोनबुर आहिसे मोर और लेस एगिटा आमार क्लासत डिस्कस करा होइसे ठीक आछे आमी क्लासत डिस्कस करिसु एबिलाक स्टिल Now let's start. As a presiding officer, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha is the guardian of the prestige and dignity. Prestige and the dignity of the house. So question to ki korbo dise explain korbo dise. Simply you have to explain ke presiding officer, that is the chairman of Rajya Sabha, is a guardian of the prestige and dignity of the house. So as you know, presiding officer, okay, presiding officer जेটো term to कोৱা হয়. So याद किया है चेयरमैन ऑफ राज्यसभा तारपिছত स्पीकर ऑलराइट एंड देयर डेपुटीज ऑलराइट एहतक की कोৱা হয় प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर्स सो याद क्वेश्चन तो सिम्पली सुधिसे जे चेयरमैन ऑफ राज्यसभा जोनजन की है प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर है ऑलराइट तेও हाउसटोर केनेके प्रेस्टिज एंड डिग्निटी टू मेंटेन কৰি ৰাখে ऑलराइट तो सिम्पली याते খুদা হৈছে যে তেও কেনেকে মেইনটেইন কৰে मींस देयर रोल्स हिज रोल ओके तेও रोल तो কেনেকুৱা सिम्पली क्वेश्चन तो খেদু খুদিছে एंड सिम्पली क्वेश्चन तो एक्सप्लेन কৰিব দিছে सो इट इज अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन ऑलराइट तो क्वेश्चन तो सिम्पली डिस्कस কৰিব লাগিব अबाउट लाइक प्रथम कथा হৈছে चेयरमैन হয় কোন ओके एज यू ऑल नो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया राइट तेও কি হয় एक्स ऑफिशियो चेयरमैन है ऑलराइट तेও एक्स ऑफिशियो चेयरमैन है ऑफ राज्य सभा राइट तो एक्स ऑफिशियो चेयरमैन है कोर राज्य सभा मीन्स जेतियाय कोनबा वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हो जाबो ओके तो इमिडिएटली तेও की करबो লাগিব राज्य सभा चेयरमैन पोस्ट तो हैंडल करबो লাগিব ऑलराइट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जुने होबो तेवे राज्य सभा चेयरमैन होबो दिस इज एक्स ऑफिशियो ऑलराइट तो ही इज नोन एज प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर जो क्वेश्चन तो दिया है प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर ठीक है सो नाउ एज ए प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर तेर मेन काम तो हो गल गोटे हाउस तो handle kori rakha, right? To maintain the decorum of the house, all right? To maintain the decorum of the house. So this is his main task. Okay, house to kenake maintain koribo pari, because teo jehetu teo house to preside koribo, so definitely it is his or her duty june chairman no kyo to maintain the decorum, okay, to maintain the prestige, dignity, right, of the house. So it is definitely to maintain the prestige and dignity or to maintain the decorum, to tell kisuman additionally powers dibo lagibo. This is so natural, right? To tell kisuman additional powers dibo lagibo. So it is inside the house he is the boss in simple way. Okay, inside the house he is the boss. He can do, he have number of powers. All right. So simply now you have to entertain this question by mentioning his powers, duties and all these things. All right. So you have to introduce this in this way. You can introduce this, that Vice President of India, that is he is the ex-officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So you can introduce like this: the VP of India is the ex-officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Okay, that is presiding officer of the Rajya Sabha. Okay, now as a presiding officer, his powers and functions are similar to those of the speaker in Lok Sabha. Okay, which are as follows. Then you can write his powers and functions. Okay, yate so tumi duita bostu koi dila. All right, tumi jeta similar term to logai dila no, when you use the term similar to the Lok Sabha, in the introduction itself tumi a brief introduction di dila about this presiding officer hoy kun. All right, tumi hetu bostu koi dila. Okay, then you just at a connecting line hisabe similar to the speaker of Lok Sabha mention kori dila. So now examiner tekhete gom pai gol june no kyo xyz that you know this also. All right, so it is a connecting line on eta hoy gol plus it serve the purpose. Aru yate je presiding officer boli mention kori ase, so you can use this term also, speaker, because speaker is also a presiding officer of the parliament, of the house. All right, so Lok Sabha karone speaker thake. So now you can give, now write the points like he maintained the house, he maintained order and decorum, right? Decorum of the house. ঠিক আছে, তেওঁ কি কৰে? He maintains the order and decorum of the house. Okay, for conducting the business, right? কি কৰিব কাৰণে তেওঁ মেইনটেইন কৰিব লগা হয়, যাতে ডে টু ডে যোনটো এফেয়াৰ্স থাকে সেইটো ভালকে হৈ গুচি যায়, right? So this is his main task. So for conducting his business, conducting its business, right? Then number 2 you can add term principal spokesman hoy. He is the principal spokesman of the house. He is the principal spokesman of the house. Okay, so tell principal spokesman hoy, teneko maintain kore. Then he is the custodian. He is the what? Custodian and guardian of house. in the field of, or you can write guardian of rights and what? Privileges. Privileges, right? Okay, kunbar junbilak, as you all know that members bure kisuman certain rights and privileges pai where inside the house. So a gute bostu to kune maintain korbo etia. See, someone needs to maintain these things, right? So etia complete members kini majot jetia kisuman rights and privileges ase inside the house, to ke rights violate hoise, privilege violate hoise, then kak inform koribo? Presiding officer, right? So that's why he is the custodian and guardian. So kiba problem hoise teo decide koribo. All right, then you can add, he ensure proceedings. He ensure proceedings of the house are conducted in accordance with relevant constitutional provisions. He ensures that proceedings of the house are conducted in accordance with relevant constitutional provisions. So etu bostu te ensure koribo lage jate ji house of bidor hoy ase sob according to constitution hoy ase, right? So according to constitution jodi no hoy tetia hole again violation hoy jabo constitution. All right, so etu bostu kune maintain koribo? He will maintain these things. All right, otherwise kene ke hobo, right? Ene to normally ki hoy thake etu hetu kajia hoy thake, right? Jodo ami tv dekha pai thaku, right? To সেই বস্তু বিলাক যাতে বেছি নহয়, তো according to constitutional provisions সব বিলাক হৈ থাকে, তো এই বস্তুখিনি এনশিওর কৰিব কাৰণে কোন থাকে? প্ৰিজাইডিং অফিচাৰ অফ দ্য হাউস, ৰাইট? দেন তেওঁ যাতে ইম্পাৰ্শিয়েলি থাকে, ওকে, সেইটো ইম্পাৰ্শিয়েল যাতে হয়, লাইক এতিয়া এটা হাউসৰ ভিতৰত দেয়াৰ আৰ মেনি ডিফাৰেণ্ট পাৰ্টিজ, ৰাইট? ওকে, দেয়াৰ আৰ মেনি ডিফাৰেণ্ট পাৰ্টিজ, ডিফাৰেণ্ট পলিটিকেল পাৰ্টিজৰ পৰা তাত মেম্বাৰ্ছ থাকে। এতিয়া এজ এ প্ৰিজাইডিং অফিচাৰ, চ' তেওঁ কি হ'ব লাগিব? ইম্পাৰ্চিয়েল হ'ব লাগিব। চ' ডেটছ ৱাই তেওঁৰ ওচৰত কি থাকে? কাষ্টিং ভোট থাকে। অ'কে, কাষ্টিং ভোট মিনছ তেওঁ ফাৰ্ষ্ট ইনষ্টেঞ্চত ভোট দিব নোৱাৰে ইন দ্য বিলছ এণ্ড অল ৰাইট। চ' কোনো ফালে যাতে তেওঁ টিল্ট হৈ নাযায়, ডেটছ ৱাই তেওঁৰ ওচৰত খালি কাষ্টিং ভোট এটা। কাষ্টিং ভোট মিন হৈ গ'ল যেতিয়া ভোটটো টাই হৈ যায় ফ্ৰম অল দ্য মেম্বাৰ্ছ, যে ড্ৰ হৈ গ'ল, টাই হৈ গ'ল, নাও স্পিকাৰে বা চেয়াৰমেন অফ ৰাজ্যসভাই ডিচাইড কৰে যে কোনফালে তেওঁ ভোটটো দিব। নৰ্মেলি তেওঁ ভোট নাই, অলৰাইট? তো হি হেজ নো ভোট। He has no vote, all right, except when there is a tie. Except when there is a tie. Okay? So, এইটো বস্তু। And তেওঁ নিজৰ ডিচিজন যোনটো দিব, অ'কে, সেইটো তেওঁ একো ৰিজন দিবলগীয়া নাথাকে, অল ৰাইট? লাইক 5 points is enough, আৰু অলপ লৈ ল'ব পাৰে, লাইক হি ইজ not bound. He is not bound to give reason. He is not bound to give reason for his decision. ठीक है? All right. So তেওঁ যিয়ে ডিসিজন নিদিয়ে কিয় he is not bound to tell. So now you can conclude the answer like as a presiding officer, okay, this is just an example, concluding line, you can add in various number of ways. So as a presiding officer, the chairman of Rajya Sabha is the unchallenged guardian of the prestige and dignity of the of house. Okay, his impartial and fair judgment enhances the reputation and prestige of the house. So you can conclude like this. All right, so you can conclude like this. All right, so I hope you got some idea. So it was a easy question actually and very straightforward question. Okay, easy and straightforward question it was. So now let us go to the next question. So next question is, how does the Election Commission of India carry out the delimitation of constituencies for state legislative assemblies as per the Representatives of People's Act 1951? This is again a very good question and probable question. তো এই বস্তুখিনিৰ ওপৰত একচুয়ালি ক্লাছত ডিসকাশনও কৰা হৈছিল ওকে ডিলিমিটেশন কমিশন এন্ড অল দিস ইজ ভেরি প্রবেবল কোয়েশ্চন বিকজ এটা ইনফ্যাক্ট অসমত ডিলিমিটেশন কমিশন সেট আপ কৰা আছে রাইট তো ইট ইজ ভেরি এক্সপেক্টেড কোয়েশ্চন ওকে আৰু এইটো ক্লাছতো আমাৰ ভালেখিনি ডিসকাশনও কৰা হৈছে ৰিগাৰ্ডিং ডিলিমিটেশন কমিশন এন্ড অল রাইট ডিলিমিটেশন কমিশন হক আরওপি হক তো সাম থিংস ইউ শুড নো একচুয়ালি ডিলিমিটেশন কমিশন দেন আরওপি. Okay, both 1950 as well as 1951 class students kini ekhini bostu koai hoy thik ase then anti defection law. All right, anti defection law. Okay, so election related hole gita mane compulsory type ho jay apart from election commission EC. All right, to ekhini tu bostu thake. So now question 2, how does the Election Commission of India carry out the delimitation of constituencies for state legislature or state legislative assemblies as per the ROP, that is Representatives of People's Act 1951? So 1950 and 1951 দুটাৰ মাজত simply যদি difference to ক'ব যাওঁ এটা হৈ গ'ল before election okay about means for the voters. Okay, in simple যদি মই ক'ব যাওঁ like ROP 1950 and ROP 1951 এই দুটাৰ মাজত যদি মেইন ডিফাৰেন্স টু ক'ব যাওঁ দিস ইজ ফৰ আস ওকে ফৰ দ্য পিপল ওকে আমাৰ এনৰোলমেন্ট কেনেকুৱা হ'ব এইবোৰ বস্তু থাকে ওকে এলিজিবিলিটি অফ দ্য পিপল ওকে অল দিস থিংস আন্ডাৰ ROP 1950 পাবা ওকে and in 1951 you will get the things like for the members. Okay, members of eligibility কেনেকুৱা হ'ব okay then delimitation commission then কোনে like membership কাৰণে means কোনে nomination file কৰিব পাৰিব means eligibility in simple ক'ব গ'লে right তো eligibility তোমাৰ লাগিব তো এই বস্তুখিনি 1951 সেইখিনি লাগি যায়. So this is the main difference. So ইয়াত হৈ যায় ভোটাৰৰ কাৰণে in 1951 like us, that is people like us, and ইয়াত হৈ যায় for the elected members. Okay, including the delimitation ইয়াত আহি যায়. Okay, delimitation to ইয়াত আহি যায়. So that's why it is simply question to এখনৰ লগত লিংক কৰি পেলাই question to খুৰি দিছে. Okay, because election commissioner কাৰণে delimitation conduct কৰাটো বহুত important হয়. All right. So first of all, it is already gone by say now things little bit clear hoise tumalokor je it is about the elections, right? So now tumalage ei bostu answer to solve koriba keneke. So you can solve this answer. You can use various ways, like you can begin the answer with the delimitation process, like simply tumalage ko pare je delimitation hoy ki. Okay, tumalage tapo start koribo para. Okay, then or else tumalage constitutional provisions je jaba para. All right, constitutional provisions like under article 82 ketu pro start koribo para. Okay, or you can start from recent case. Recent mane jonto অসমত হৈ আছে, right? তো এটো কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স বস্তু হয়, তো তারপর তোমালোকে আরামসে বিগিন কৰি লব পাৰা. অল রাইট, তো চয়েস তোমালোকৰ নিজৰ. তো মই যিকোনো এটা লৈ লৈছো. লেট মি স্টার্ট উইথ দ্য হোয়াট ইজ delimitation. Okay, so delimitation is the process of fixing limits or boundaries of territorial constituencies IAS, territorial constituencies in a country to represent changes in population. All right, so enake begin koribo para delimitation of bostu ki hoy. Okay, so enake kori pelai then you can next step tumalake use koriba para that constitutional provisions ki ase regarding delimitation ketu use koribo para, right? So constitutional ki ase normally ki hoy after every census parliament ki koribo lage delimitation act pass koribo lage. Okay, after every census delimitation act ekhon pass koribo lage. Okay, parliament will enact a delimitation act. Parliament will enact a delimitation act. Okay, delimitation act as per article 82. All right, and etu hoy gol tat, and article 170 ki ko ase states also get classified into territorial constituencies after every census. So it is mentioned. So basically yat koribo lage ki ekhini briefly koi dila constitutional provisions ki hoy, delimitation ki hoy, you have you তোমালোকে কৈ পেলালা that to the examiner. Now according to the question asile, like how does Election Commission of India carry out the delimitation of constituencies for state legislative assemblies as per ROP? So ekhini ROP mote ekhini bostu koribo lage. So the because ROP 1951 ot koa ase the delimitation koribo lagibo. Okay, election conduct korar agote delimitation is must. So etu bostu ROP t koa ase, right? So accordingly parliament e ki koribo delimitation act kon set up koribo. So under delimitation act delimitation commission ekhon set up koribo. Delimitation commission, right? So delimitation commission ekhon set up koribo kiyo karone to exercise the delimitation. All right, so prothomate ki koribo parliament e delimitation act pass koribo after every census. Etu bostu important hoy. Every census kiman years hoy? After every 10 years. Every 10 years of census hoy. So delimitation act pass korila, after that delimitation act pass korar pisode delimitation commission set up koribo. Okay, so delimitation commission kon set up koribo are yet members generally 3 people thake. One is retired judge of Supreme Court. Two, Chief Election Commissioner CEC nije thakibo. 3, State Election Commissioner. All right, retired judge of Supreme Court, CEC and State Election Commissioner. These 3 people thake. Erok appoint kone kore? By the President of India. So President of India head ki kore? Appoint kori diye, right? All right, then delimitation commissioner junto report ba junto order dibo tahati, so that cannot be questioned in the court of law. Cannot be questioned in the court of law. ठीक है से? So that means orders have force of law. Right? Force of law. So তোমালোকে এখিনি বস্তুৱে লিখিব লাগা আছে তাতে. So election commission e kenake etu kore. Then etor jodu kaam hoy, plus you can add one more point, delimitation commissioner, that they works with Election Commission of India, or you can write they works with the tandem of ECI. All right, so khebuli kori pelai tumalake bostuto sum up koribo para. This is again a very easy question. Simply delimitation commission or upor tumalake question to frame kora goise, and it is very obvious question. Eto mane highly probable question asil actually tumalake etu bostu. All right, okay, then let's go to next one. Discuss the procedures of amendment to the Constitution in India and South Africa, highlighting the key provisions. All right, so discuss koribo dise. Ki discuss koribo dise? Provisions of what? Of amendment. Okay, of amendment kihor to the Constitution. constitution in India. Okay, and South Africa to logai dile logot. Kyo South Africa logai dile? Because provision of the amendment to the constitution ami kopa borrow korisilo. This feature have been borrowed from South Africa. That's why. All right. So simply dile highlighting the key features. Highlighting the key provisions. So very simple question. Simply tumak khudise je junkhini provision hoy amend korar he provision keta tumak simply highlight koribo dise. All right. So again, very general question, very easy question. Class of develop bostu discuss korai hoy amar. All right. Junkhini amar classroom students temloke bhalke gom pai. Ekhini bostu class of very easy lame terms or ekhini bostu explain kora hoy jay. All right. So this question eto bahut easy discuss koribo dise about what? Provision of amendment to the constitution. Amendment of provisions kini simply discuss kora. Or India and South Africa to logai dile. South Africa kyo? Because India South Africa pra is into feature amendment provision of amendment to the constitution, it has been borrowed from the South Africa. Eto borrow korise. Okay, ami South Africa pra eto bostu borrow korise. Keneke ami constitution khan amend koribo paro. Okay, to hetu bostu ami ki korisu borrow kori ansu. That's why here mentioned ase about this thing. Or simply this is highlighting the key provisions. Very easy question. Simply you can introduce koribo para tumalage like any other written constitution in the world. Okay, like any other written constitution. India constitution kyo written hoy? Okay, like any other written constitution. Any other written constitution, our that is Indian constitution, that is our constitution, like that is Indian constitution, also provides for its amendment. Also provides for its amendment. Easy? Okay. Kyo amend koru ami? Amend kora to reason lagibo no? So why we amend? Because in order to adjust itself to the changing condition. To the changing condition. Adjust itself to the changing condition. And a requirement, or you can say need, because our constitutional document, that is constitution, okay. Ekhono ki koa hoy? Living document, right? Ekhono ki koa hoy? Living document, right? Living. Jungon GI thake. Now what is living? GI thake. Means ekhon ami amend kori thaku. Okay? Ami amend kori thaku. Kyo? Jate ekhono relevance to khotom hoy na jay. Because swa আজি বা 50 years ago junto provision lage, same provision to etia amak dokar nohobo pare. Or else 50 years ago kiba ta provision junto amak tete need nasile, etia he provision to need ahi goise, right? To ami amend koribo lagibo, right? Ami ekon static koi rakhibo nor. It's a living document hobo lagibo. And after all nijok jodi change kori na thaka with time tete hole ki hoba obsolete hoy gusi jay, means nowhere hoy gusi jay. So with time we need to upgrade. All right, So again, constitution ক্ষেত্ৰটো একে. So you can use this kind of introduction like any other written constitution. Our constitution also provides for its amendment in order to adjust itself to the changing condition and requirement. All right. Then you can tell the examiner about procedures ki ami keneke amend koru ba amar constitution kon amend koribo kane ki provisions ase because yat koa ase provisions kenuka ki kotha. All right. So you can write that procedures to amendment of the Constitution of India. তুমি এই বস্তুটো লিংক আপ কৰিব লাগিব তো রাইট ইন্ডিয়া এন্ড সাউথ আফ্রিকার কাহিনীটো তুমি ইয়াতে লিংক আপ কৰিব লাগিব রাইট তো তুমি ধুনিয়াকে এটো লিংক আপ কৰিলে কানেক্টিং লাইনও বনি গল আৰু লিংক আপও হৈ গল বিকজ এজ আই সেড কি ইন্ডিয়া বড় কৰিছে a provision to amend the constitution from the South Africa, right? So you can add this point. Procedures to amendment. Procedures to amendment of the Constitution of India is similar to South African Constitution right? As keneke ami gom palu ete eto as this feature has been brought from South African Constitution. South African Constitution. Bas. Hoi gol. A point to the gutekini hoi gol. Right? It become your connecting link. And secondly, তুমি ইয়াতে explain কৰি দিলা দুইটা বস্তু যে একে হয় তুমি হেতু বস্তু explain কৰি দিলা which is according to the question only. Okay, so the question to dia আছে this is discuss provision amendment in India and South Africa. তুমি ইয়াতে কৈ দিলা examiner যে procedures to almost similar হৈ গল with South African Constitution. কিয়? Because this feature has been brought from the South African Constitution. Bas, as simple as that. Now you can just write the key provisions, then your answer is done. Okay. Then next you can mention that amar provisions kini kenuka hoy article 368 because discuss koribo dise minded to amar olop man tumi likhibo lagibo discuss to eto bostu olop man mention koribo lagibo that article 368 of part 20 of the Constitution deals with the power of Parliament to amend the Constitution and its procedures. Okay, এটা কি করে কি ডিল করে powers to amend the Constitution. কাক দিয়ে power Parliament-ক দিয়ে. All right. Okay, our logot to me likhiyo dibo lebe however Parliament cannot amend those provisions which are part of basic structure of Constitution. All right, however Parliament cannot amend those provisions which are part of basic structure of Constitution. All right, then bracket ot dhuniya ke di diba Keswananda. Okay, Keswananda Bharati case to dhuniya ke bracket ot mention kori diba hoi gol. Okay, yara tumi ki kola constitutional provisions to koi dila কোনে amend কৰিব পাৰে parliament হেতু মেনশন কৰি দিলা that parliament have the power to amend the constitution hetu mention kori dila however it cannot amend those provisions which are part of basic structure of constitution hetu mention kori dila hetu kopa ahi gol Keswananda Bharti case all right hetu bostu kori dila after that simply you have to write the procedures for amendment of constitution. Bas. You simply highlight and you can just write. Okay. This is again the direct one. Procedures kenuka all parliament pare. These are basic things. All right. So only parliament can amend the constitution, not by the state legislature, right? So it means any bill junto bill constitution amend koribo he bill khon either house of the parliament introduce hobo okay it can initiate only in the either house of parliament okay the bill can be introduced or initiated only by the either house of parliament okay and that is not by the state legislature right then it can be introduced by both minister introduce koribo pare private member introduce koribo pare as you know okay I am assuming ki tumaloke jana what is private member bill and what is public bill or government bill right so initiate code koribo in the parliament not in the state legislature number 1 it can introduced by ministers as well as private members duitai pare all right then no prior permission of the president is required president or kono prior permission or dorkar nai right then each house must pass the bill separately it was the important point hoy each house that is Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha must pass the bill separately all right and yate ki lagibo special majority lagibo that is 2/3 ठीक है that is 2/3 lagibo all right so that is special majority lagibo yate और each house बेलेग के पास करिब लागिब राज्य सभा बेलेग के लोक सभा बेलेग के एखिनि तो कोइ होइसे बा जाना तुमालगे all right then जेहेतु सेपारेट के पास करिब लागिब there is no provision of joint sitting तो এই provision কিটা तुमालगे मेंशन কৰি দিলে ইয়াতে গুটে বস্তু দই तुमालगर ডি এন্ড হৈ যায় then যদি কে বিল খন কনস্টিটিউশন অ্যামেন্ডমেন্ট বিল খন ইজ রিলেটেড টু স্টেট তেতিয়া হলে বা ফেডারেল প্রভিজন যদি অ্যামেন্ড কৰিব লাগে যদি সেই বিল খনৰ কনস্টিটিউশন অ্যামেন্ডমেন্ট যোনটো আমি কৰিম সেইটো যদি কিবা ফেডারেল প্রভিজনস আছে তেতিয়া হলে কি কৰিব লাগিব স্টেটৰ পৰা 50% আমি আনিব লাগিব ৰাইট হাফ অফ দা স্টেটছে আমাক ৰাটিফাই কৰি দিব লাগিব বিলখন কাৰেক্ট half of the state ratify kori dibo lagibo with a simple majority okay if bill seeks to amend the federal provisions a point to mention koribo lagibo if the bill seeks to amend the federal provisions then it must also be ratified by the legislature of half of the states by a simple majority of half of the states by a simple majority. By a simple majority. ठीक है? Simple majority. Okay, simple majority माने की majority. Simple majority की है? The majority of the members of the house present and voting. Okay, जिमान member থাকিব মানে present থাকিব তো সেই member খিনি মানে present থাকা খিনি they will vote. Alright, এইটো কি মানে half of the members কৰিব লাগিব. Okay, after that presidential assent ত যাব, then president cannot refuse to sign. Okay, so president after this president must give his assent. Simple. President must give his assent. So very simple thing. After that you can conclude it. Okay, conclusion to easy hoy. Simply conclude kori dibo para that however procedures laid down in Indian Constitution is rigid neither rigid like USA nor flexible like Britain or nor flexible as of Britain or like Britain, but synthesis of both. Simple. Okay, so you can conclude like this. Again, straightforward question hoy difficult ekdome nasile jodi olop manu mane bhalke tumaloke heri korise, then these are very very simple straightforward question. All right, so next question is again a straightforward question. Question 2 will discuss the role of Attorney General of India as Chief Legal Advisor. Discuss the role of Attorney General AG of India as Chief Legal Advisor to the Government of India highlighting some recent cases of Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court of India. This is again a very general question. Attorney General, constitutional body পৰা খুদিছে এই কোৱেশ্চনটো তো constitutional body পৰা এটা expected question থাকে every single year. Okay, তো সেইখিনিও ক্লাছত কোৱা হৈছিলে আমাৰ মানে যোনখিনি ক্লাছ ষ্টুডেন্টস তেওঁলোকে গম পায় এইখিনি বস্তু So the question is discuss the role of Attorney General of India. Again a very easy question. So how to introduce this? So simply you can say that Article 76 that Article 76 of Indian Constitution provide for the office of the Attorney General of India. Okay. So it will be introduced. It provides for the office of Attorney General of India. So it is again constitutional office. Okay. Then you can introduce in this way. Then he is the highest law officer. He is the first, or you can use the word highest law officer. All right, highest law officer in the country. You can use this. Okay, and has right to audience in all courts of the country. Easy? So you can use this kind of introduction. Okay, simple introduction to the point. Okay, Article 76 of Indian Constitution provides for the office of Attorney General of India. Then write a brief about him. Tell examiner ki all brief koi diya. He is the first or highest law officer of the country and has right to audience in all the courts of the country. Again, a very easy question. Okay, again a very easy question. Then কি কৰিব দিছে role to খুদিছে role of Attorney General of India. Now in role you can role of AG. Now you just keep on writing about his role. Okay, the role key. The role Article 76(2) ki koi ase. 76(2) of the Constitution says that it shall be duty of the Attorney General to give advice to Government of India upon such legal matters and to perform such other duties of a legal character. Right? So Attorney General role ki? Role of Attorney General hoy gol AG ki koribo? He is the highest law officer, right? He is the highest law officer, correct? So it is the highest law officer, right? So on the behalf of Government of India, তেওঁ কি কৰিব সবতে প্ৰেজেন্ট হ'ব. Okay, suppose Government of India কিবা কেস খেলিব লাগে, all right, কোর্টত কিবা কেস হৈছে ক'বাত বা প্ৰেসিডেন্সে এডভাইস ল'ব লাগে, গভর্নমেন্টে এডভাইস ল'ব লাগে, কেস খেলিব কাৰণে লাগে. Okay, all the legal affairs in the court of law, okay, in the court. So Attorney General hetu kam koribo lagibo. Hetu court mentioned ase Article 76 ot. Okay, so Article 76 ot hetu bostu mentioned ase completely that it shall be the duty, okay, Attorney General duty hoy, it is the duty of the Attorney General to give advice to Government of India. Okay, advice koribo lagibo to the Government of India It is a duty of Attorney General. All right, to advise to the Government of India upon legal matters and to perform such other duties of legal character referred to or assigned to him by the President from time to time. Okay. As a high law officer, Government of India advise koribo lagibo on the legal matters. This is his job. Okay. Our question today is role ki hoy teo. All right. So this is his first. Then you can talk about Article 88. So Article 88 or ki koy? So Article 88 says that Attorney General have right to speak in and take part. So AG have right to speak in and take part in the proceedings of House, means Parliament of House, as well as committees. Okay, House to take part koribo paribo, lot ki koribo paribo, committee to participate koribo laibo. Okay, committees core House or committee means parliamentary committees. Okay, parliamentary committees bilak thake no, jun bilak koa hoy class ot parliamentary committees like ebor estimate committees. Okay, public accounts committees, ebor parliamentary committees ot pore. So ebilak bostu parliamentary committees ot ase, right? So jodi teo member hoy kunba committee tetia hole he can participate it. So eto Article 88 ot koa ase Attorney General have right to speak in and take part in the proceedings of Parliament, then its committees, okay, and joint sitting too. Joint sitting code ase Article 108 of Constitution, right? Joint sitting, okay, but without right to vote. Without right to vote. So bas ei bostu kini olopman tumalage explain koribo lage. Okay, এই বস্তুখিনি তোমালোকে অলপ এক্সপ্লেইন কৰিব লাগে বাস ইমানে আর অ্যাপার্ট ফ্রম নি সুপ্রিম কোর্ট কোয়েস কেটামান দি দিব পারা লাইক PM Duda versus Shiv Shankar. Shiv Shankar and others case. According to this case, Supreme Court ki koisile je Attorney General is a friend, philosopher and guide of the court. Attorney General is the friend, philosopher and guide of the court. Right? Is a friend, philosopher and guide of the court. It will then our case like BN Singhal versus Union of India. BP Singhal versus Union of India. So according to this case, Supreme Court kole je Attorney General goes into office. It is an element of lawyer-client relationship. Lawyer-client relationship lawyer-client relationship between the AG, means Attorney General, and Union Government. Right? Attorney General and Union Government. So PN Duda versus Shiv Shankar and other cases koisile je Attorney General is a friend, philosopher and guide of the court. And secondly, BP Singhal versus Union of India case, yet Supreme Court kole je element of lawyer and client relationship between whom? Attorney General and Union Government. Again, very simple, straightforward question. Okay, then you can conclude this answer by, you can, let's say, conclude koribo olaise. So you can just conclude the answer that, however, Attorney General is not a full-time counsel, for the government. Attorney General is not a member of Central Cabinet, nor he fall in the category of government servants. But again, it is a very, very straightforward question. ठीक है? Easy questions. Next is next question is what do you mean by the basic structure of the Constitution of India? Discuss the views around it in the light of the recommendation of the National Commission to review the working of the Constitution. Simple, straightforward. Basic structure of Constitution upor etu question aise. And again, probable question. Basic structure upor questions probable hoy. All right. So hetu in fact class moi repeatedly moi etu bostu mention do korisu tumalokok. Jonkhini my class students ekhine definitely ekhini gomo pua, right? Basic structure kotha ba constitutional bodies like CAG, Attorney General, Election Commission. So এই বস্তুখিনি কথা মেনশন কৰা হৈছিল. So again, এটো question basic structure ওপৰত আছে. Like what do you mean by the basic structure of the Constitution of India? Simple সুধিছে, the meaning of the basic structure of the Constitution. Okay, simple question হয়. What do you mean? What do you mean by the basic structure? What do you mean by the basic structure of the Constitution of India? Discuss the views. Around it. Discuss the views around it in the light of recommendation. Views around it in the light light of the recommendation of the NCRW National Commission to review the working of the Constitution, NCRWC. All right. So again, question to difficult nasile, easy asile. Etu question uthai asile because basic structure continuously news or asile. All right. Kyo news or asile because government aru junto judiciary, so judiciary and government amazot eta conflict choli ase. All right. A conflict to etiar no. A conflict to purona hoy. All right. Since the time of NJSC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. Since the time of this, okay, 99th Constitution Amendment kori pele NJSC anisile government. Basically, this is for judicial appointment. Ekane mo kolo, eto etia conflict no choli ase. NJSC, judicial appointment karone. Okay, it is judiciary appointment to kune kore, collegium e kore. Collegium e recommend kore. Collegium means it is a completely judge hoy. Okay, collegium it is completely judge hoy. Yat judges thake. Okay, so I had to recommend kori diye to the President of India. And President to appoint kori diye. So government e kole ki yaar amar eko role nahi yate. Right? Government said ki amar hum log ka kuch bhi nahi hai and we are elected representative. Amak public e vote dise. Right? Amak public e vote dise, so we deserve this power. Right? So tahati judiciary falopra completely to closed hoy. So ei bostu to eta tussle choli ase. So okay, then government e kole ki NJSC anile, National Judicial Appointment Commission. So yar government e kole ki yar मिलजुल के अपॉइंट करते हैं ना. ओके, मिलजुल के करते हैं of both the members, judicial, CIAL, judicial plus executive, दुईटा member थाको क्या थे. All right, so एटू आनिले, but Supreme Court ए की कोइले ए NJSC खन null and void declare करी पेलाले. And Supreme Court a reason dile, it will violate the independency of the court. Okay, it will violate independency of the court or independence to violate koribo. So ekhon null and void kori dile. Tetia pa government or logot eta tussle choli ase. Okay, recent tussle by Kiren Rijiju, law minister asile. Teo in many conclave or in media, addressing media, they bostu mention kori thakisile. Okay, tar pisot recently January month, by the way, Kiren Rijiju is currently teo law minister no hoy de. Okay, আজি অলপ দিন আগলৈকে আছিল. Now he tells us science and technology আছে. So anyways, so January month manor pura Vice President of India Mr. Jagadish Dhankar, jo Jagadish Dhankar e ki korile that এই বস্তুটো আকৌ উঠালে that basic NJSC a concept to ako lo anile. So Jagadish Dhankar has said ki yaar aise nahi hote, NJSC should prevail. Okay, it should not be in the closed room. Okay, collegium ot thakibo na lage because executive kini kuno they are the elected representative. So they should have the power to appoint the judges. So etu koi thakile. That's why again basic structure attack korile. Okay, again basic structure jodi attack kori dile, again this become a news. All right, so yate tumalage dhuniya, sorry, anyways the question I am repeating again, what do you mean by the basic structure of the Constitution of India? Okay, so discuss the views, different views around it in the light of the recommendation of National Commission to review the working of the Constitution. This was the question. So background story to gom pala kihor kane etu question news ot asile. Okay, kihor kane APSC mains ot kurile, because last gute year to means last 6 months to jodi sao a question to a bostu to basic structure and this one is continuously in news. Continuously is in news. So yeah, you can introduce this question in various different ways. Yeah, introduction to in various different ways you can introduce. Like first, either you can introduce from the recent, as I said, vice president's example. So you can directly go for recent vice president and Rajya Sabha chairman remark. You can go for directly this recent vice president and Rajya Sabha chairman remarks that court cannot dilute parliamentary sovereignty sparked a debate on separation of power. And separation of power to ki asile basic structure of constitution. Separation of power, bringing the focus back to the basic structure. Doctrine of Constitution. So this can be one of your very good introduction. All right. So recently Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairman remarks that court cannot dilute parliamentary sovereignty, which sparked a debate on separation of power, bringing the focus back to the basic structure doctrine of the Constitution. This can be your very good introduction, or you can go for straightforward, directly. You can write about basic structure doctrine. Like what is basic structure? Okay, you can go for this too. Okay, basic structure ki hai? It's a judicial principle. It's a judicial principle that the Constitution has contained basic structures that cannot be altered or destroyed. Okay, that cannot be altered or destroyed by Parliament using article that, okay, basically that cannot be altered or destroyed by using article 368, as it ruled, as it ruled in 13 judge bench in case 1 under Bharati versus state of Kerala case. ठीक है? You can sum up this. Okay, moi to more constraint ase, so I have written in short, but you can sum up with this introduction. Either you can go for recent case or you can directly go for this. Okay, the basic structure is a judicial doctrine that the constitution has certain basic features that cannot be altered or destroyed by parliament by using article 368 as it ruled in 13 judge constitutional bench in case 1 under Bharati versus government of state of Kerala. You can go for this. Okay, so brief introduction you can give this. After this you can go for the term basic structure, okay, which was first used in, so recent case keraman dibo dise no, you can go for Golaknath case. Golaknath case java para, you can first go for Golaknath case. Okay, the term basic structure etu bostu Supreme Court for the first time Golaknath case etu bostu koisile. All right, so Golaknath versus state of Punjab case tut Supreme Court held that parliament could not curtail fundamental rights guaranteed under the constitution. Okay, so Golaknath case mention koribo para. After that you can mention about Minerva Mills case, right? So Golaknathor pisot government ki korisile, government pass korisile 24th, 25 as well as 29 constitution amendment, okay, to give the parliament uncontrolled power or even abolish the fundamental rights. Okay, egita pass kori ki korisile, parliament ok uncontrolled power disile, uncontrolled power. All right, power to alter or even abolish any fundamental right, alter or abolished fundamental rights. Because Golaknath case koi disil no, je parliament cannot do so. After that parliament ki koile constitution amendment pass kori pele etu koi dile. So you can go for these kind of things. After that you can again write few things like basic structure theory was applied for first time after its introduction in 1975 case of Indira Gandhi versus Raj Narayan. So first time basic structure case to court use korisile, that you can say that first time it has been used in Indira Gandhi. Okay, it has been used in Indira Gandhi versus state of Punjab. State of Punjab. Sorry, not state of Punjab. Indira Gandhi versus Raj Narayan. Sorry. Indira Gandhi versus Raj Narayan case. So here court ki koisile, court yat koisile means Allahabad High Court asile. So here court ruled against Indira Gandhi and convict Indira Gandhi get a convict korisile. The election or apuni malpractices korise boli. Okay, in this case Indira Gandhi get a convict kori pele koisile je malpractice korise. All right, so Raj Narayan hetu upore case korisile basically. Okay, yate malpractices or junto conviction disile hetu korile. After that Indira Gandhi ki korile emergency logale aru constitution amend kori pelai, and she amended 39th constitution amendment act pass kori pelai teo kole je president, vice president then speaker, prime minister, okay, irrespective of election malpractices, কোনো challenge করব নোৱাৰে, cannot be challenged in the court of law. Okay, এটো ইয়াতে ফার্স্ট টাইম বেসিক স্ট্রাকচার প্রিন্সিপাল ইউজ কৰিছে, এখিনি পৰা আৰম্ভ হৈছে, then you can write for Minerva Mills case and then you can wind up your answer. So conclusion again, you can add recent examples. Okay, so conclusion দিব পাৰা, after 50 years it was propounded the legitimacy of basic structure and the theory underpinning its dictatorial creation is still seen as an abstract idea in certain quarters. Okay, because basic structure or definition वगैरह missing আছে. You can end up with this conclusion. It is missing in constitution. Okay, কি হয় কেনেকুৱা হয় এখিনি বস্তু ইয়াতে একো ক্লিয়াৰ কৰি দিয়া নাই. All right, so you can go for this. Then one last question. This is the very easy question. That is, critically assess the use of Article 249 of the Constitution of India that empowers the Parliament to make laws on matters listed in the state list in national interest. So this was the question. So simply কৈছে critically assess কৰিব দি আছে তোমাক article 249 to. Question is very simple. Okay, question is very simple. You can introduce this question that under 7th schedule, you can introduce like this. Under 7th schedule of Indian Constitution, it deals with division of power. Division of power between union government and state government. Okay, and these are notified in three lists. এখানে তো basics হয়, everyone knows. Central list or union list, state list, concurrent list. Okay, yet kimanta ase 100 subjects are there. Then in state list, how much subjects are there? 61, and here it's 52. All right. So exclusive rights কাৰ আছে? Central government to legislate laws. Here ইয়াত এটা if আহি যায় under normal circumstances. Under normal circumstances, state legislature have exclusive rights. exclusive rights to legislate a law. And here both central government and state government can legislate a law. This is the very basic thing. Now, A2 question who did it? This one is the question basically. Okay, question is this one. Because here I told you that this is about normal circumstances. Okay, so definitely there must be some abnormal circumstances, right? Now, abnormal circumstances means either some kind of national emergency, alright, or central government can use this for national interest. Now, question is about national interest. This one. State list in national interest. And Article 249 of ki diya ase? This one. Article 249 says, Constitution of India, that it empowers the Parliament to make laws on the matter of state list in the national interest. So this was the question. Okay. So this was the question. So under article, Parliament has the power to legislate concerning a subject enumerated in the state list in the national interest when Rajya Sabha passed a resolution. So you have to mention about Rajya Sabha here. When Rajya Sabha passed a resolution. To that extent, then Parliament can legislate a law. Legislate a law. Now, all of critically analyze koribo dise. Now, etur pa ki effect hoy, you have to write that. Okay. So it basically undermines state power. Undermines state power. Okay, or you can say authority. Okay, then it is a form of unitary structure, right? Because unitary means what? Central government has more power. Central government has more power with respect to the state government, right? So এইবিলাক বস্তু promote কৰে mainly. So এই points বিলাক তোমালোকে এটা mention কৰিব লাগিছিলে. So that's it. Easy asile? Not that difficult one. Very easy, right? Very easy questions are there, not that difficult one. So I hope everything is clear. Okay, all the questions of polity has been discussed under here. Right? So এতিয়া তোমালোকে যোনখিনি এক্সাম এবাৰ দিছা তাহাঁতি কেনেকুৱা হৈছে যি হৈছে যেনেকুৱা নহওক ওকে আই হোপ সবৰে ভাল হৈছে এণ্ড অল দ্য ভেৰি বেষ্ট ফৰ ইয়ৰ নেক্সট ষ্টেপ দেট ইজ ইণ্টাৰভিউ এণ্ড আই হোপ সবে এক্সামটো ক্লিয়াৰ কৰি লৈ যোৱা ৰাইট আৰু যদি কাৰোবাৰ ক্লিয়াৰ নহয়ও চ' ডোণ্ট ৱৰি ক'ত কি ফল্ট হৈছে চ' জাষ্ট ট্ৰাই টু make it clear, okay, and ratify that mistakes, those mistakes you say, all right, and baki tension free thaka, okay, results ulabo, after that next proceed koriba, okay, till then you don't have to worry at all, okay, ji hoise janake hoise it's up to the exam, so don't worry. So কিবা ডাউটস যদি থাকে রিগার্ডিং দিস একোটো থাকিব লগা নাই আই হ্যাভ মেড এভরিথিং ভেরি ক্লিয়ার গতিকে থ্যাংক ইউ ফর দিস সেশন অ্যান্ড থ্যাংক ইউ অ্যান্ড অল দ্য ভেরি বেস্ট ফর ইয়োর নেক্সট লেভেল দ্যাট ইজ ফর ইন্টারভিউ ওকে অ্যান্ড ওকে দেন থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ